Craig, we spoke after the Montenegro game and you said that you were a bit sad that the players were leaving you. So how good has it been to have them back on camp?
No, it's been good. We've had a good week so far. Nice to get a new blend of players in as well, where you get to learn off them as hopefully they learn something out of us as well this week. But it's been a good week so far. It's been it's been enjoyable as well.
Bit of housekeeping. Everyone fit and available for tomorrow night?
All good at the present moment, yes. So yeah, I don't see any problems going into tomorrow night's game.
You've just touched on the faces that have rejoined the group. I know you spoke when you announced the squad, how excited you were to work on the grass with them. So what's it been like having them involved with the group? Really
good, really impressive. The group of like the new players, they're not new players, they've played for Wales obviously numerous times before, but to you know, from a coaching term to see a new group of players come in, obviously you try and implement the ideas, but a lot of them are well advanced football terms as well. But the intensity and their appetite to work has been really good. You can see training's lifted again, and that's been. I have to be honest. Look, we'll see what happens tomorrow night. But this week, if you ask me right now, I've been really impressed.
I know you were asked a lot about Johann last week, Craig. I won't ask you about what he can bring on the pitch because we all know what he can do. But what's it been like having him around the place, but also for you and your staff to kind of lean on him or tap into any feelings he has or what he thinks?
No, you're always with a player with that ability and that experience and that knowledge as well. You know, you definitely want to see his view on what he sees, and what could help him, what could help the group, of course. But just there's a little bit you show in training that you're able to show the group. You see body movement, you see being open, how his body changes, but just by the position of the ball. It's priceless because it allows the process for the development of a younger player to go quicker because he sees elite. And you know what it's like if you've been round elite, it allows you to jump into that. And that, for me, was the importance of a player like Joe, like it is Ben, like it is Aaron. These players, I feel, we're very quick to want to move on. When no, like we need to hold you because what you will give to younger players as well as helping us now, but what you'll give to the next generation is priceless. It's priceless. And for in a coaching terms for us as coaches, it allows us to really accelerate our learning process as well as the players.
You can see that already, I guess, the levels just going up and up, even though you've probably only had, what, 13, 14 days in total with players?
You maybe pitch probably about 6, 7.
Okay.
Some players maybe about 3, because don't forget if you play Sunday, you don't train for us until around about Wednesday, because we can't. We have to work to a period where the cooling down periods of, you know, 48 hours after the game. So we seem to have a lot of Sunday games, but it's fine. It's not a lot of other teams. You know, we actually have a little bit of a luxury where we can play on a Friday. Some teams are playing on Thursdays. So it's just this round of Nations League, and we all have to adapt and get on with it. And it's just been trying to get as much as you can do on the pitch. That's like pitch-wise and off it as well. And I'm looking forward to really seeing where it takes us again tomorrow, and hopefully just how we go about this game and how we see the weaknesses of Iceland, but also their strengths as well. It's a real difficult game tomorrow. It really is. The more I look at them, the more I can see how difficult it's going to be. But that sort of makes it a little bit exciting as well, if that makes sense, because it allows us to be a little bit flexible in certain areas, and looking forward to seeing 1 or 2 players as well play.
Yeah, because you've spoken a lot about flexibility, the importance of the profile of player and being able to adapt. I won't mention the the injured players that aren't available. But how much have you enjoyed, I guess, trying to move the pieces around and seeing what you can do?
You always do, and you sort of get challenged by your coaches as well, which is good, because they see little bits as well. And because the principles are all the same, we all really go back to the same principles, but little bits of how maybe this role, due to a certain habit we've seen somewhere else, but also this player suits this role. And so when you're finding that out, it's like that really leaves you excited. But I've got to, go back, I'll be able to pick 11 players to start tomorrow, which is not uncommon. But the amount of players, the opportunity of bringing players on really excites me. And then another game excites me again as well. So I knew it was a good group. I really did. And honestly, it was confirmed first stage of the 2 games. But now this stage as well, it's just been confirmed even more. So, I feel like even us as coaches, we feel quite fortunate. This is a very good group of footballers. So hopefully tomorrow will be a good evening for us.
In terms of Iceland, they've had an up and down start to the campaign. All of the goals they've scored have come from corners, so that's an obvious strength. But what are the other areas that you'll need to watch out for?
Their counter-attacking ability is strong. Definitely, like you just mentioned, set plays, but it always has been strong. They're very well organised. You'll never see, even just looking back over the years of them as well playing, it's very rare they're on a wrong end of a big defeat. So that also tells you the strength of the group they have. They stay together, they work as a team, they work as a unit. I completely have nothing but admiration for this country and this group of players. What they've been able to achieve over the last 10 years has been completely remarkable. But they also have talent, and it's so clear. Like the more you watch them, you see they have some very talented individuals. But the biggest compliment I can give them, they're a team. And that's credit to them. So I'm fully aware, as you can tell, how I'm talking. It's going to be a difficult game tomorrow.
I had a chat with someone you know very well, Johann Gudmundsson,
earlier
today.
Yes, I thought I was waiting.
Great, he couldn't have spoken highly about you as a person, but also as a coach. And when you look at this Iceland team, I know they're trying to bring in a lot of youngsters, especially in the forward positions, but then you've got players like Johann with all that experience that could give them that extra edge tomorrow night.
He definitely will. He's an incredibly talented player. Honestly, working with him, I really like his mentality. I like him as a human being, but his footballing ability was top class, was really top. I see that in this team. I see he has a big role in this team. I see a lot of the team's identity in him. Tomorrow look, I've always been aware of, if you don't pay him attention, you'll pay for it. He has different qualities to what some people might see as electric, and his is very different. He's a very intelligent footballer, but he also has legs around him as well, and that's a dangerous. It's a cocktail of it. It's very dangerous to plan against. So we're fully aware of him as a coaching staff. It's not just myself. I have 1 or 2 coaches who've worked with him as well, so we know him very well, and trust us. You can't really make a beeline for him. Okay. Do you understand what I mean? It's not, it's about the group, it's about the team. But you definitely have to be aware of him, and you have to respect him as well, because he's earned that, and he's a real top player and a top person as well.
Last couple. This is a very short and snappy Nations League campaign, and with pretty much at halfway now. You've got a really good foundation, the 4 points. How important is it that you build on that over these next 2 fixtures?
That's what we're doing. That is it, and that's the story for these next 2 games. Can we build on what we've started? And that's really what I'd love to sit here and predict points and look for it's. Of course, I want to win every game. We want to win every game. But really, honest truth, hand on heart, it's about, can we step up again? Now, and that's been the week, that's been us as well as, you know, it's not just every member of staff that came in this week was, okay, there's been a good start. Now we're definitely happy with that stage, but now we have to raise again. And now can we keep raising? Because where I believe I would like us to be, and maybe we have a great chance of being able to do that, with the quality definitely I've seen, but if we're able to keep working and keep progressing, that's where the major tournaments consistently keeps coming. And I'm just, you know, that's what I'm looking for tomorrow. Where if we take another step, we might go back, but I'm hoping it's that step.
I will ask about the conditions, because the weather seems to be a theme with your away games, Craig.
Yeah.
We had biblical rain in Montenegro.
It's going to rain tomorrow. They tell me it's going to be below.
Potential sub-zero temperatures tomorrow, but I'm guessing it'll be no excuses.
No, look, we've all been coming to these countries for a lot of years, you know, so we know
it's cold in Iceland.
We know it's going to be cold here. Now, all right, Montenegro threw us off a little bit just due to the month we went there, but you have to, you know, like you always hear me say is like, whatever the travel is, whatever like conditions are, deal with it. You know, that's all we have to do. We just get on with it, deal with it, no excuses, and that's just the case. That's as simple as that. I don't know if I can make it any more plainer than that. Yeah, and then deal with it. I try to be more clever with my answer there, but the simple fact is, like I say to the players, deal with it.
No bomber jacket though. A bit too cold for that tomorrow.
I don't know. I haven't got a jacket yet, and I'm not sure it's going to be enough. So we'll see.
Great, diolch yn fawr.
Diolch.